Lust isn't just about physical attraction. It's the craving for control, power, or fleeting satisfaction. The Stoics, those masters of the mind, understood this better than anyone. Seneca once said, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." He's calling us out. Lust tricks us into forgetting that our time is limited, that our higher purpose demands more than indulgence in the shallow. Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the teachings of Stoicism to help you conquer the trials of everyday life. Today, we're exploring 10 Stoic ways to stay away from lust. And trust me, this one will challenge you, inspire you, and change the way you think about your desires. If you find value here, don't forget to subscribe. We're building a community of thinkers who embrace the fortitude to lead extraordinary lives. Lust is an impulse. Epictetus famously taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Think about that. Lust isn't freedom, it's a prison, chaining you to moments you'll regret. Have you ever bought something you didn't need, only to regret it the next day? That's lust in another form. It's the impulse that overrides your logic. To escape this trap, remind yourself, this feeling will pass. Pause, breathe, and let it dissolve like a wave crashing on the shore. You see someone attractive at the gym, and your mind starts crafting fantasies. Instead of indulging, redirect your thoughts. What can you improve in your life today? Lust fades, but self-mastery lasts forever. Examine the cost of your desires. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary?" This isn't just a quote, it's a direct challenge to your impulses. Lust blinds us to the real costs of our actions. It whispers that nothing else matters except the immediate craving. But the Stoics teach us to pause and weigh the consequences. Lust may seem harmless at the moment, but it often leaves a trail of regret, shame, and wasted potential. Say you're at work, scrolling through social media, and suddenly you're drawn into something that distracts your focus. What's the cost? Maybe it's just a few minutes wasted, or maybe it's an opportunity lost. Lust, whether it's for attention, validation, or physical satisfaction, isn't free. It robs you of your time, energy, and mental clarity. Have we become too comfortable normalizing lust under the guise of freedom? Society often glamorizes indulgence, but at what cost? Is freedom about doing whatever you want or mastering your impulses to create a life of integrity? Challenge the narrative. True freedom is found in discipline. The next time temptation arises, stop and ask yourself, what will this cost me in the long run? Will this make me stronger or weaker? This simple question is like a shield for your mind. It forces you to confront the truth about your desires. Replace lust with a higher purpose. Lust thrives in an idle mind. When you have no greater purpose driving you, lust sneaks in to fill the void. It convinces you that indulgence is a reward for your boredom or lack of direction. But as Seneca wisely pointed out, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? If you don't have a mission, whether it's a career goal, a personal project, or simply improving yourself, lust will prey on your lack of focus. But if you commit yourself to a higher purpose, you'll find that temptation fades. There's no time for fleeting distractions when you're building something meaningful. Think about someone like Marcus Aurelius, who carried the weight of an empire. Do you think he had time to indulge in empty desires? His journal, Meditations, is filled with reflections on duty and responsibility. He didn't avoid lust because he was superhuman. He avoided it because he was too busy fulfilling a higher calling. Stop caring about appearances. One of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism is learning to detach from the illusions created by external appearances. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Lust often begins with what you see, an attractive face, a beautiful body, or even a fantasy created by your own mind. But the Stoics challenge us to see through these appearances and question their true value. Let's break it down. What is physical beauty? It's temporary. The most stunning appearance will age, fade, and ultimately disappear. Marcus Aurelius constantly reflected on the impermanence of the body, urging himself to look beyond the surface. He believed that true worth lies in a person's character, their virtues, and their ability to contribute to the world. You meet someone who looks amazing, but as you get to know them, you realize their personality is toxic. How often do we let initial attraction cloud our judgment? Lust is a shallow lens, and when you look deeper, you often find that there's little substance beneath the surface. Think about the people you admire most in your life. Are they defined by their appearance or by their actions? Everything fades eventually. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This might sound dark at first, but it's one of the most liberating ideas in Stoicism. Lust tricks us into believing that the things we desire are eternal, that their allure will somehow last forever. But everything, beauty, wealth, status, is temporary. Think about a crush you had years ago. At the time, they might have consumed your thoughts. But where are they now? Chances are, you barely remember them, or worse, you're embarrassed you ever felt that way. That's how quickly lust fades. Why waste energy on something so transient? When you feel the pull of lust, stop and ask yourself, how will I feel about this in a week, a year, 5 years? This simple act of reflection can shift your focus from the temporary to the eternal, grounding you in what truly matters. Self-reflect. One of the most powerful tools in Stoicism is the practice of daily self-reflection. Seneca wrote, "Each day, we should call ourselves to account." This means looking back at your actions and asking, did I live according to my values today, or did I let my impulses control me? Lust often thrives because we don't stop to reflect. We move from one distraction to the next, never taking the time to examine the impact of our actions. But when you make reflection a habit, you become more aware of your triggers and more prepared to resist them. Ask yourself, what triggers my moments of weakness? Is it boredom, stress, a specific environment? Once you identify your triggers, you can create strategies to avoid them. For instance, if scrolling through social media sparks temptation, limit your screen time. If stress is a trigger, find healthier outlets like exercise or meditation. Lust is a sign of inner weakness. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, taught, "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." This isn't just a lofty ideal, it's a call to action. Lust isn't a sign of strength, it's a sign of inner weakness. It's your mind being controlled by your body, your higher self bowing to your lower instincts. Ask yourself, do I want to be someone who is ruled by my impulses or someone who rules over them? The Stoics believed that true power comes from self-mastery. Lust might give you a fleeting sense of control, but in reality, it's controlling you. What do you gain by indulging in lust? And more importantly, what do you lose? Make a list of the times lust has distracted you, hurt you, or held you back. Use that list as a reminder of why you're choosing a different path. Use humor to break the spell. Lust often thrives on seriousness. It takes itself too seriously, creating an illusion of urgency and importance. But here's a secret. Humor can break that spell. Marcus Aurelius himself often reflected on the absurdity of human desires, urging us to see them for what they are, fleeting and frankly, a bit ridiculous. Let's say you're scrolling through social media and feel the pull of lust. Instead of spiraling, take a step back and laugh at how predictable it is. Oh look, my brain's trying to sabotage me again. Nice try. Humor disarms the intensity of the moment and gives you the space to regain control. Epictetus taught, "It is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them." By using humor, you change your interpretation of lust from something overwhelming to something manageable, even silly. Surround yourself with role models. Epictetus once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." The people you surround yourself with have an incredible impact on your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your life. If you spend time with those who indulge in excess or make lust seem like a badge of honor, their influence will wear you down. But when you're around people who prioritize discipline, self-mastery becomes contagious. Think about the people in your life. Do they challenge you to grow, or do they pull you into shallow pursuits? Imagine spending time with someone who embodies the Stoic ideals, someone who is calm under pressure, focused on their goals and unshaken by distractions. How would that change your own behavior? Take a moment to think about your current circle. Are there individuals who bring out your better self? If not, it might be time to seek out mentors, friends, or even communities that align with Stoic values. You don't need to cut ties with everyone, but ask yourself, who helps me grow and who holds me back? See bigger picture. The final and perhaps most profound way to stay away from lust is to remember the bigger picture of your life. Lust shrinks your world. It narrows your focus to a fleeting desire and distracts you from your purpose. But Stoicism calls us to rise above these temporary urges and align our actions with our higher self. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Lust pollutes your thoughts, dragging you away from what truly matters. Instead, focus on what contributes to your long-term happiness and fulfillment. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What kind of person do you want to be remembered as? Think about a time when you stayed true to your values despite temptation. How did it feel afterward? Did you feel stronger, more in control, and more aligned with who you want to be? Now compare that to a time when you gave in to temptation. Did it leave you feeling fulfilled or hollow? You have the power to shape your life. Lust doesn't control you unless you let it. By focusing on the bigger picture, you rise above temporary desires and become the person you're meant to be. These 10 Stoic strategies aren't just about resisting lust. They're about reclaiming your freedom, your focus, and your life. Which strategy will you implement today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and join our community of thinkers and doers. Together, we're not just learning Stoicism, we're living it. Good day.